Welcome to the beginning of the episode. Mike's computer died once. He's on a different computer. It could die at any time. And then Chad and I will have no idea if we're being recorded, but continue talking.
It worked last time.
It did work last time. It did work last time. So it will hopefully work again. I am and I hate saying this because I sound like a whiner. And I get that. I understand that. And I work landscaping, I work outside, but I am 100% fucking done with the rain. Like it
Hmm.
rains
Yeah.
every fucking day. And I don't remember a time in my life, and maybe there has been, and I just have chosen to forget it, where it rained more than it has this year. Like it rains every fucking day and it calls for rain every other day. And the jobs are all getting behind and people are getting like irritated. How do you want me to? And I have made more rain call. I hate making, everyone hates making the rain call. Is it the right call? Is it the right call? Should I call them off? Should I send them out? What should
Do
I
you
do?
make it the day before or do you make it the morning of?
Usually the morning of.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, and then the rain also leads you to decisions like we started a retaining wall job in Kitchener. And yesterday it was absolutely pouring rain the majority of the day in Kitchener. So I spent most of the morning with Jack and Tyler from Hullscape laying out this wall in the pouring rain and getting the job organized. And then it's at the bottom of like a huge hill. So there's water running from all the houses and all the gutters into the base prep of the wall. And then Tyler's trying to put a gravel in, and there's a geotech there trying to do compaction testing, which obviously is not fucking working in the pouring rain. And it just causes this like insane chaos to this whole job. And it's like, fuck, can it not rain for 1 week? Like a week of non-raining? Like just, but I understand I sound like a fucking whiner, but it just seems like it has rained so much, I guess. Like just rain, rain, rain. Should I send them? Should I not send them? How productive are they going to be? What does my spreadsheet fucking tell me to do? What does my software tell me to do? My software tells me nothing. It does. Your software can't help you make a rain call. Can it, Mike? Does your software have that in it?
No, that'd be nice though. That'd be something that maybe I could get some AI and connect it to a weather app and have it learn
Ooh,
based on your rain calls.
maybe that would be a selling feature.
But that would still be dependent on the weatherman doing his job right.
Ugh. I don't know. Do you guys think it's rained more? I don't know.
It has. It's rained a lot this spring. I had to make a rain call to call rain off today. Last night, we were organizing everything for today. We put all these sumacs in the big dump truck, loaded the 8-ton float. We have 3 trees to plant in Brockville. And everybody says, well, it's supposed to rain all night and all day tomorrow. I said, well, we're working at the top of a hill and rain falls down. So we're going to go anyway because it's probably drier at the top of the hill than it is at the bottom.
I was
I,
at the bottom of the hill.
and I was at the top. I sent them on their
Sounds
way.
about right for this podcast.
I sent them on their way. I gave him a call around 10 o'clock this morning. I said, so how is it? He's like, you know what? It's drier than we thought it would be. I said, good thing. And it's not raining there, but it's raining here. So if you weren't working in Brockville, you would have been staying at home today. So
I
made the
drove
right call.
I drove all the way to Kitchener today, and then it started raining. Because now I got to get out of the fucking truck, and now it's raining. Like it never rained the whole way in the truck.
Yeah.
It, anyways, the and then the geotech, her instruments weren't calibrated right.
Oh no. Because of the rain?
I don't know what's going on with it. So yesterday it was 84% compaction. which obviously you tried for 98, so it didn't pass. So then today Tyler and his guys let the water off, like dug. Anyways, they dewatered the site, left it overnight, compacted it with a small tamper so they didn't drag all the fucking water up with the big one, and the big reversible. And then she tested it this morning, and it was 54%.
Ooh.
Which, and then the geotech concluded that her, you know what I think the problem with this geotech was, like the deep problem.
Tight pants and a Toyota Corolla.
She was not driving a Toyota Corolla. She was driving a 20-year-old Lexus SUV.
Oh.
And I think that is the majority of her problem, that nuclear equipment does not react well to not being in the trunk of a Corolla.
So her
So
choice in vehicle was not correct.
what geotech drives a 20-year-old Lexus SUV? I've never seen them drive anything but a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
you graduate from whatever school you need to be the nuclear geotest, Toyota gives you a car for free. At graduation, you walk out, you jump in a Corolla, and you go to work. And Toyota just knows they're making customers for life. So they give every geotech a free Corolla. So at 54%, she concluded that her instruments weren't calibrated right. Seems reasonable. So she decided to recalibrate the instruments. I don't know what that involves, but I don't want to bust open that thing that has the huge nuclear sticker on it and And this whole experience, when Tyler was telling me about it, because I wasn't there, made me think of zip levels. Got to recalibrate this bitch. It's not reading right. The whole job is fucked up because of it.
They need more Baby Johnson oil in it.
It's more baby. After she recalibrated, it achieved 120% compaction.
Holy shit. Keep it on that setting.
That's
Wow.
now, I didn't want to say that in my whole life I've never seen something read at 120% because she was willing to sign off and let us continue. It's like, fuck it. This is 120% compaction.
Wow.
Tyler did. Uh, I know we talked about him last week, so I was thinking deeply of Interlock Ian this morning. So Tyler did do an amendment to the base where it was wet, and we put down some mortar mix, and that might have gotten us to the 120%. I don't know. It was or cement powder. It wasn't mortar mix. So made me think of a showcase from 15 years ago about amending your sub base.
We used to keep bags of lye in the trailer and just throw it on the ground, and everything would be white. I'm not sure if you're supposed to breathe the stuff in or not.
Why
She'd be
not?
hitting it with the jumping jack, and it would be like a white cloud around, and everybody from their knees down, they'd be all white. You're like, this is what I was told to do.
That just the name of that makes it sound like it's going to poison you.
Lie? Yeah.
Lie. Like it just sounds bad.
Yeah.
If you were going to get poisoned by something on a job site, there's the lie. Don't touch that. That'll poison you. That'll fucking poison you.
Not the silica dust, not the brick dust.
Nah, the lie.
The
lie
lie.
will poison you.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been up to the last couple days. Is have you guys noticed at Tim Hortons now they make you stand, like you go and you order and then they shuffle you off and you stand and you stare at the screen and then there's a person putting drinks out and they yell at you. You guys experienced this yet?
Yeah. Your name.
Yep.
They yell your name.
So we used to all stand awkwardly in a very organized line waiting for our stuff. Now we all stand in a mass huddled group where everyone wants their self. Like this is not better.
Are you ordering from the computer?
From the counter.
Okay. So when you order from the computer,
I don't
you get
go
a chance to put your name in. And I always call myself Daddy because I want the people at Tim Hortons to yell out Daddy
That's great.
whenever my order is ready. So, and some of them do. Some of them are like, I'm not saying that. Here's your coffee. How do I know it's mine?
I'm the daddy.
I'm the daddy.
I'm the landscape daddy, man. How do I know it's mine? Yeah, I
Um,
decided that that was more awkward than just waiting in a fucking line. Why you got to reinvent the wheel? Like, um, go ahead. Jack's calling me. Someone else talk while I message him and say
he's supposed to be working for me right now.
Ooh,
No,
some
I'm kidding.
controversy on the
He's
podcast.
not. I just asked him if he wanted to price something today. He's like, yeah, that looks like a good job. Okay, go ahead then.
we
Price it. Send me the bill.
we got a lot of good leads come in. Closed tender stuff.
We've been quiet. We
Yeah,
we got a lot of RFQs for like tiny things, like 10 meters of topsoil and 100 meters of sod, which is like you can't even turn the key in the truck to go do it and water it for a week when it's an hour out of town.
why would
Like,
someone even send you that?
I don't know. Well, because the GCs don't want to do it themselves. They want someone else to do it for no money.
Yeah, they don't. They want you to go broke doing it.
Yeah, because they won't do it. I went to go to a job yesterday, nope, end of last week, and it was for a house that they lifted in the air. They lifted it up because the foundation was pooched. So they had to lift up the whole house or dig around it, lift up the house, re-pour the foundation and all this shit, then put the house back down, right? But in order to do that, they have to excavate like 8 feet around the perimeter of the house everywhere. And they were in the process of reinstating all the ground around the house whenever I got there, right? Just about done. Looked like nothing had happened. I said, "What went on here?" They said, "Oh, the house was in the sky. They had to redo the foundation." They said, "We need the landscape put back now." And I go, "This is a recipe for disaster.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you dug everywhere here. Like there is nothing native for like a good 15 feet around this whole house." They're like, "Can you put the landscape back?" I said, "Yeah, but I can't warranty it." They're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, it just got backfilled." They're like, "Well, how do you fix it?" I said, "Dig it all back out to the foundation and use something engineered, like clear gravel or something like that." Well, that's going to cost a lot of money. I said, "Well, it is what it is. I don't know what you want me to do. We can wait and not do anything for a couple of years and then do something, but that's not an option for them."
My advice would be to find another landscaper that doesn't know the house got backfilled all the way around it.
Regardless, there's still going to be the same problems.
Well,
They're going to,
by then everyone will be gone though, and they can just blame the landscaper.
yeah, yeah. But the person who did the excavation is one of the GCs that we bid with, right? And I sent him a quote to dig it all out, use all new material, not everything. And he called me back and he goes, "This is more than I charged to do the entire job in the first place." I said, "Well, I guess we're not going with that option." So
That is
anyway,
more than charge to do the whole.
like, well, there's nothing I can do here for you. Like, well, I put a plug price to put all the brick back in. I said, "Well, it's not enough." I don't know what to tell you. We don't think that's one for us.
What price did they put in?
I don't know. It was a new entranceway. It was like 20 grand, but apparently that's what it cost to dig around a full foundation and then lift the house into the air.
Cost 20 grand to lift the house in the air. I
Well,
feel
no,
like
no,
I feel like
the dig for lifting the house in the air.
I feel like I should charge more for
Yeah,
some reason.
these old guys, they're not used to charging a lot of money. Like I think their rates are stuck in 1999 or something like that. Because they
Probably.
already own all this old shit, right? And
Yeah.
they just have guys that they pay to fix it and they still use it and it's all sloppy and loose, but they get the job done with it. Hmm.
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 So
We're Go ahead.
I don't know.
Oh, so we're
Yeah.
still in the process of getting audited, right? After all this time,
Oh
and
wow.
they had just sent back a second round of questions asking about a whole bunch of stuff they're particularly worried about our vehicles. Everybody is infatuated with these fucking trucks that we have. They want to know which ones we still own and what their purpose in the company and why I have a 2019 Dodge Ram and what is that used for? And it's like beating a dead horse. How much do you want to know about these vehicles?
I can't believe that's still going on.
Yeah. They apologized profusely for taking so long, and then they gave us a deadline to respond to them.
No way.
Yeah. So anyway, we're still in it.
What do you use the 2019 Dodge Ram for?
Everything. It's what I drive from site to site to site to site every single day. And it's got a fuel tank in the back, and it's got probably 3 bags of sand in the back now. And like everything to tell you that this is a work truck is in that truck.
Did you guys listen to Caleb's podcast about trucks?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
I saw you posted a story on that.
Yeah, he got a new truck, and it was an interesting take on how he feels about new trucks, and I actually have a lot of similar feelings to him about it. Like I hate new vehicles and I hate new trucks, and I hate I don't know. He just had the same sort of, I don't know if he hate, like, you have to listen to it. It's a really good hour of him talking about his feelings on new trucks, I guess. And I don't know. But there's a part of it where him and Brittany are talking and they say no one would ever downgrade their vehicle.
That's true.
Like if you're
I
driving,
agree with them.
that's why I posted a video of the Veloster. I downgraded from a luxury pickup truck to drive a Veloster, and I've been doing it for 3 years. I didn't do it for a day. I didn't do it for a week. So to say no one can do it, that everyone's ego is so big that they have to drive something better than the last thing they drove, is not exactly true. I would say probably the majority of people, but I have an expensive luxury pickup truck that sits in our yard and I never fucking drive it. I drove it twice this week to Kitchener because I had to take the clamp and some stuff with me that wouldn't fit in the Veloster. But I have absolutely zero interest in driving it on a regular basis. It sits in our yard. And to be perfectly honest, I think it's way more of a baller move to have a fucking luxury pickup truck that you pay for every month that you don't fucking drive. That you're like, you know what? I don't need to drive that shit. I got it. I own it. I could drive it, but I fucking choose not to. I don't need to drive it. My ego's okay. I'm all right with my manhood driving a small car. So that was what the point I was making about the thing is that I may be the absolute exception to the rule. I may be the 1 in 1 million people that will downgrade their vehicle. But Caleb's argument was that a Veloster isn't a downgrade from a luxury pickup truck.
I think it is.
I think it is for sure.
Yeah.
I've been driving it for 3 years. I can tell you that it is. But I don't. Go ahead.
I want everyone who doesn't work very hard to drive around and see me in my luxury pickup truck and be like, wow, I wish I worked as hard as that guy. I wish I had it as together as that guy.
They won't think it like that, though. They'll think it like, why does he have that and I don't?
Well,
I should have that.
They can keep wondering.
They won't look at it like they're not working hard enough.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people would, and I'm just saying, like, I think a lot of people would look and be like, how insecure is that guy that he needs that truck? I think there's a lot of people that would look at that way.
Do you know how nice it is to have nice things? Because it's fucking nice, man.
I don't care about it though.
I do.
No, and
just for myself, like it makes me feel overall better. Like not everything we have is nice. We have some piece of shit tandem trucks, they look nice enough, they get by, they're not all rusted to shit and falling apart and dangerous and stuff, right? But whenever I can leave that sort of insecurity, that not knowing that this thing is going to make it to the job and hop into my truck where damn sure it's going to make it everywhere I need it to go,
But you could make it everywhere you need to go and not drive a King Ranch.
but I don't want to.
Well, but that's
And I don't
that's what
have to now, right?
oh, I'm not saying you have to do. I'm saying the argument that you need a King Ranch to be reliable is not an argument. The argument that you need a King Ranch because you want a King Ranch and it makes you feel better about yourself and more accomplished, that's a valid argument. The
Yeah.
argument that you need a King Ranch to get to the job site, you could buy a base model Ford Maverick and it would be perhaps actually arguably more reliable than a King Ranch diesel.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that.
Well, no, I'm just
I've
saying
been
that.
left on the side of the road or stranded at home by so many piece of shit Sierras in my life
They,
that I never want to be there again.
but I'm so okay, but the Veloster is reliable.
Yeah.
It's very reliable. So the argument that I got stranded by pieces of shit Sierras doesn't apply to the Veloster because it won't strand you. It's just not cool.
No, I get what you're saying, and I know I'm probably being unreasonable about it.
I don't think you're being
But
unreasonable.
I love the fact that I can get in my truck and the seats are air conditioned because it's hot in there. And you're not going to tell me that I can't have that anymore because
I'm not
I've
telling you
worked hard
can't,
enough that at least for the time being, I can afford it.
but I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, how do you, you can buy whatever you want. Even if you can't afford it, you could buy it. I guarantee it. Someone will lend you the money to
Someone
fucking
will
buy
lend me
it.
the money. Yeah.
I, I think the debate is more about how does it make you feel and what's the purpose behind it. Like, how does it make you? So I think that there's some people would buy a fancy truck because they're totally insecure and they need the world to think that they're super successful and super amazing. So they buy a really, really fancy truck and then spend a horde of money on it. I think some people would buy a fancy truck because they just love trucks and that's what they really want in their life. And that's what makes them feel good about themselves. Um, I think some people would buy a fancy truck because they hate themselves and that buying that truck for that one instant, they'll get an adrenaline rush from it and they'll think that they're really great and they'll get a rush from it for 3 or 4 months. And then they'll realize that they're still the same person that they were before they bought the fancy truck. And then there's some people that buy a fancy truck and park it because they hate themselves so fucking much. They'd rather drive a fucking Veloster.
Uh, see, there's few places in life that I feel at peace, right? In my house, on my property, my shop, and in my truck.
But you couldn't feel at peace with cloth seats?
No.
Okay. I can accept that.
I couldn't feel at peace with cloth seats.
I
I'm
like
just being honest. Like,
but that's the whole point of this podcast is you're like, if I had cloth seats, I'd be uncomfortable and feel like a fucking loser. So I need leather seats.
I'm not saying that everybody needs a high-end
No,
pickup
we're
truck.
talking about you need, not what
Yes,
everybody
yes.
needs. I'm saying if you had to get in a truck with unair conditioned cloth seats on a regular basis every day and leave your house, that would make you feel bad about yourself.
I would feel like a
That's
failure.
Exactly. So
I would.
that's what I'm saying. But this isn't about everybody. It's about chat.
I would ask myself what I've been reduced to if I had to get in a cloth seat truck.
Do you think I'm a loser because I drive the Veloster?
No, I don't give a shit what you drive. My God.
If you saw a guy pull up to a meeting and it wasn't me like you're having an on-site mandatory meeting for a large construction job and a guy rolled up in a Veloster, would you be like, what a fucking loser, that guy's in a Veloster? Honestly.
No, I really wouldn't care what you came out of.
I think
I
you
would
would
judge you
notice.
more on your clothes than I would of the
Well,
car. that you
I
came out of.
was like a fucking scumbag, so
And he's wearing Crocs.
I have boots. But I'm always covered in dirt and grease and shit because I don't give a shit about.
Yeah, but me too, right? Like that's just how I show up to everything. I'm not a clean guy, not a put together guy.
I am
I
not
look
a
like I've
put-together
been.
person.
I just left one site to come to another because I almost missed the meeting. Right? That's fine with me.
I would show up to the meeting in a bin truck. Be like, listen, I gotta get this bin going, get this meeting on the fucking move. I find the whole thing fascinating, not because I think there is no right or wrong to it. if you buy a truck and then put a shit ton of work into it and fucking drive around because you're super insecure and that helps you get through your day, I think that's fucking amazing. It's helping you get through your day. If you buy a truck because it makes you feel better about yourself for a brief period of adrenaline rush and then you slip back into a depression for 6 months, I think that's great. Good for you. I don't think there is a right or wrong. If you don't buy a truck because you're like, oh, only fucking losers have super fucking leather filled pickup trucks for no reason, then I think that's great for you too. I don't think there is a right or wrong answer. It's just more about how do you feel? Do you have cloth seats in your truck, Mike?
I do. I think we're taking Chad's truck to H&A.
Oh, fuck yeah. We can take the Veloster. It's great on fuel.
It's a business expense anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I still. So, what if I could undercut you because I drive the Veloster and you drive the pickup truck? Like, how much that's where I think that the whole everyone is, and you don't count in this, Chad, because you don't know your
Yeah, I
numbers.
don't know my numbers.
So you don't count. But all the guys who are running around constantly screaming, know your numbers, know your numbers, know your numbers, driving $150,000 pickup trucks or $130,000. How much was yours? 120 plus tax?
Yeah.
So you're looking 140 all in?
Yeah, that's what they said.
So
140.
so all these people running around driving $140,000 pickup trucks. I'm sorry, but if you really care about your numbers, you don't drive that truck.
Agreed.
The other thing is, the other argument was if you don't have a really, really fancy pickup truck, you can't close jobs.
I don't believe that.
That this makes a massive difference on, it makes an absolutely huge difference on the success rate of job closing. That if you don't have an accepted pickup truck, that's not an embarrassment.
It might be indirect, but definitely not direct. Like it might give somebody more confidence.
I'll show up on a bus and outsell anyone. I'll show up in a taxi and I'll outsell anyone that's listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I'm just talking about anybody else, and maybe they're not going up against the Paver King.
I'm just saying it got nothing to do with what you drive. No customer ever gave a fuck about what you drive.
Yes. Yeah.
It's about the confidence that you go into the sales meeting with to close the fucking job. How prepared are you? What do you know about the client? How prepared are you? What you drive makes absolutely fuck all difference. In fact, if someone actually knows what that truck is worth, they could literally say, I don't know if I want to hire that fucking dude. The point, but most people have no idea what pickup trucks cost, so it doesn't matter. I think the average person knows the difference between a King Ranch and a regular XLT.
No. I don't think most women know the difference between a half-ton truck and a 1-ton truck.
Or why a diesel truck costs 50 grand more than a gas one. Or, you know who knows that?
Contractors.
Other landscapers. That's why when we go to H&A, we're taking Chad's cool truck. Because other landscapers will be like, whoa, that truck is sick, bro.
Those massaging seats will have you asleep for half the ride.
You got massaging?
I'm pretty sure the King Ranch has massage seats. I never had a King Ranch before. I've only had a Laramie Longhorn.
Okay.
I think it does have massaging seats too. I know the Platinum does.
Yeah.
Is the King Ranch above the Platinum or below it?
I think it's below it, but only because it's the cowboy version of.
You know that the King Ranch is a real place.
Yeah, in Texas.
Yeah, it's a real place. I saw a Dodge Ram that was a Yellowstone edition for sale.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, I should buy that so I could compete with Chad. It'd be cooler." I have the Yellowstone.
I could sell you my Laramie. All I have to do is take off the NDL sticker and put a yellow Y on the side. It's the same truck.
I have a Laramie that sits around doing nothing already.
Longhorn Laramie?
No, it's just a Laramie.
Yeah.
It's a midnight edition though.
All black, eh?
It's got the air. Does yours have the air suspension?
Yeah.
I find it tows like a bag of shit with the air suspension.
I don't mind it.
The black one we have doesn't have the air suspension and it tows twice as well as the one with the air.
I just like it because sometimes on the dump trucks the hitch is lower than on my truck. So whenever they crank it off, they leave it low and I can just squat underneath it, pick it up. Yeah.
Does the King Ranch do that?
I don't think so. I don't think it's got air suspension on
Ooh, can you give that luxury up?
it.
Maybe you should think
For
about
a
it.
transmission that doesn't go ba bang, ba bang, ba bang when I'm going down the road, I think I can give it up for a little bit.
Maybe you should go for a Yellowstone.
Yellow, like last I tried to build another Laramie Longhorn, and they said they weren't making them right now because of COVID shortages.
Bill.
What?
Yeah, that was late last year, but
Uh,
Oh.
still, so I don't know. I'll try a Ford again.
Do you think that most people that own fancy pickup trucks are self-aware of why they have them?
I think so. Like, are we putting lifted trucks in the same category, or is that something different?
Well, if you're a landscaper with a lifted truck, then yeah. I'm talking about landscape people with expensive trucks. I'm not talking about some dude in South Carolina who's got a weird squat on his truck that has rims that stick 18 inches outside. I'm talking about like landscaper dudes, like talking about like landscaper people. Like
Um,
I feel like you're pretty self-aware. I think you're more self-aware than the average landscaper that's driving around in $140,000 King Ranch. I feel like you're more self-aware saying, yeah, it just makes me feel good about myself. And I'd feel like a loser if I had cloth seats. I think that's more self-aware than the average landscaper. The average landscaper, I feel, would try to justify the ridiculously expensive truck through some
oh,
sign of
there's no reason that I need this truck more than a cloth seat truck. And I'm not taking a shot at the guys with cloth seat truck. I was there forever, you know, it's probably a much smarter business investment than my $140,000 King Ranch.
do you take your
So,
truck to car meetups and try to find clients there?
no, never. Never went to a meetup for cars or whatever.
Okay.
When I get my 1970 F-250 back, I still won't take it to car meetups, but I may take it to work often.
Nice.
So still in a million pieces, but we're getting there.
does it have cloth seats?
No, it's gonna have leather seats.
Are you going to redo it with like a brand new Ford interior? Have you seen those trucks? They take a 1970s truck and then they take a brand new interior and they import it into the.
Oh no, no, no.
That's cool.
We'll do like a resto mod where it has like Bluetooth and shit inside, but we're not taking the interior of a new truck and putting it on the inside. It's
Those are
still
cool.
like metal dash and shit like that. And
Air conditioned seats?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no air
The, seat,
conditioned
the
seat, no
seats in the
massaging seat.
the seats in the Dodge are air conditioned.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. I didn't get the moonroof though in my King
Why?
Ranch because my last F-250 was a Lariat and the moonroof broke open and it took me like an hour to get it closed and I swore I'd never open it again. And I'd only used it like 10 times. So,
Probably why it broke.
wow,
Lack
I
of
don't know.
maintenance and use.
I
Seized.
remember when I traded that truck in, it was all slated to go in that week, trade it in, pick up the Dodge. I had to put a pallet of brick in the back and I ripped the fender completely open, putting this pallet of brick.
Probably because you didn't own it anymore.
Well, I mean, it was still in my possession, but like I ripped it open, you could see the tire underneath. I'm like, oh, I hope they don't notice that. I should have got in the Dodge Ram and fucking drove as fast as I could away from there. Someone else's problem now.
What do you think it means if you don't have a fancy pickup truck, but your business partner, who's your wife, has a really fancy pickup truck?
You value her happiness above your own, and that's okay.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
She has a super fancy pickup truck.
yeah. What's wrong with that? Would she downgrade? Would she go to something else?
I don't know. I don't think she would. She loves that truck, I think, more than me.
And can you blame her for loving the truck?
No. Well, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful truck.
Yeah.
It's her favorite thing is that truck. So I don't know if she would downgrade. I've brought up trading it in a couple times and that didn't go over well. I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know.
So when you're talking about having good stuff for the company, that I don't want junky shit going down the road.
Yeah.
Like I
I won't
don't
have trash going down the road.
like I was talking solely about pickup trucks, not about like I want to actually the e-test guy came um to e-test Christie's dump truck and he said to me, I drive around all day looking at truck e-test e-test people that e-test dump trucks only drive black Dodge Caravans as well. In my experience, any mobile e-test dude has a black Dodge Caravan, or maybe there's only one in all of Ontario. I don't know. Um, but he was said to me, I always like coming to do your guys' trucks because your trucks are clean and washed.
Clean burning?
No, no, but we have them washed every 2 weeks, right?
Oh yeah.
And none of the drivers that we have are like all the trucks are clean inside, and it's like you should see some of the shit holes that I have to climb into to do the e-test.
Yikes.
He's
Yeah,
like,
like my trucks.
it's pretty fucking disgusting. So I felt happy that the random e-test dude thought that we had a fleet of clean and well cared for vehicles. That made me happy this week. Not that the e-test guy, is the be all and end all of anything, but it. I was happy with that. I had a reel to have 1.8 million views this week.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Bang.
It was, of course, a video I recorded like 12 years ago at Ridge Lake of all the same people who currently work with me
Nice.
standing around watching me chain down a machine while I was screaming at them. Why are you all standing around?
I think every business owner has been the guy who is doing the work with everybody standing around.
But the majority of those people in that video could still be standing around watching me chain down a machine and that video is old. So I thought that was kind of cool. It was neat that it got 1.8 million views too. That was pretty neat.
Have you noticed that no one ever chains down a machine as fast as the owner of the company? Like you could be doing it for fucking 20 years, but if you're the owner of the company, you're automatically faster at chaining something down. And no matter how many times the other guys have done it, they never understand which way the bear claws go.
Yes.
Like they never get it. It just
Uh,
takes forever.
Don Don it seems pretty fast at chaining down machines.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He went and moved a machine for a client. And the client messaged me and said, "Hey, Don did a great job. Thanks for moving the machine." I said, "You're gonna have a good adventure with that guy." And I said, "Yeah, he seems like he's gonna be a fun, adventurous kind of guy." And he said, "Yeah." I asked him, I said, "Don, what's it like to work for someone who's Instagram famous?" And he turned and looked at me and said, "What's Instagram?"
Perfect.
That's why I love Don.
That's great.
Perfect.
Yeah. So he certainly wasn't working here because he wanted to get in the videos.
I have 35 years experience. Gone. I
Has he
love
seen you
that.
with your GoPro on your head yet?
Yep. I have, well, all day I've been trying to um I lost my train of thought.
All
All day
day
you've been
trying
trying to GoPro
I
on your
don't know.
head.
I don't
Nothing.
know. All day I've been trying to get a 12-minute video out of the GoPro onto my phone through the Wi-Fi connection.
Mhm.
But every time you're doing it, if you leave the screen while it's transferring it, it shuts down the download.
Oh,
But
man.
it takes like 30 minutes to download this video into my phone. So I tried doing it all day, but there was no period of time. I even put the phone on airplane mode. And then once I switched it to airplane mode, because I had predeterminedly, I guess, loaded the directions into my thing. It was still working, but then I don't know. Anyways, I had to like shut down that one, even the airplane mode. So I never got the video out of the GoPro. That's one thing I've concluded with the GoPro is I need to get a way better computer to process these videos and a way better way of doing it than my current solution, because the longer the videos are, the harder it is to
Do
get
you
them
think
out.
maybe if you had like a Wi-Fi hotspot in your premium truck,
Well,
it
maybe
would
that.
make things go faster?
I was in the premium truck today driving to Kitchener, so
A
I
more premium truck.
I would need a more premium because it's a 2019. So
Oh
I would.
yeah, that doesn't cut it anymore.
Oh,
That's
but it
full
looks like a.
technology.
Wow, but to your point, it looks like any other Dodge. So who knows what year it
You're
is?
right. True.
That's
But
why
from the inside, you can
I
tell if
drove
it
to
doesn't
I
have
drove to
Wi-Fi.
Kitchener today going, people think I'm in a brand new truck, bitches.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
can't tell the difference in my Dodge and their Dodge.
They can tell difference in mine. It's got fucking rust on the wheel wells already.
Really? What year is it?
2019.
Huh. We got ours rust proofed every year.
I don't believe in that.
Well, no, because you just sell them and get rid of them.
Yeah,
So, like, obviously, why would you rust proof them? If
yeah,
you're going to get rid of it, why would you? All of ours are rust proof because I never sell anything.
yeah. No,
That's how you end up with as many trailers as I have because
yeah.
I never sell anything.
And the CRA will ask about every single one.
Right? Bring it. I
Photo
don't what
documentation of all of them.
photo documentation.
Yeah.
Photo documentation. I hate this new thing on the Apple iPhones where um I hate this thing where people can change their, like, I have everyone saved and I don't like not having a picture. So every single person that's in my phone, every contact has a picture.
What's my picture?
Yeah, what's mine?
I was using emojis for a while.
Oh,
So everyone got an emoji. And it was funny because I share the contacts with like people. So
hmm.
I was sharing these contacts and one day Cody said to me, I can't believe this guy wants people to think that he's a crutch. I'm like, no, I just randomly picked that emoji for him. She goes, oh, this makes more sense. I thought that all these people were just like picking weird emojis. That's their thing. I'm like, no. But now Apple won't let you make people emojis anymore. Let's
Uh,
see. Uh, let's see. Let's look up Chad. Whoops, that was an
I
X.
only have like 4 people with a picture by their name.
So Chad, your is a memoji because that's what yours is a memoji of you.
Does it look like me at all?
Yeah, it's you sent it to me, so you made it.
Oh, I don't remember making it.
And let's see what Mike is. Here's Mike. Mike, you're a work boot
A work boot.
with a
Great.
purple background.
Nice.
That's what it's. You're a work boot with a purple background.
Hmm.
But people now can change their name, and then the card changes in your phone.
That's interesting.
So
Yeah.
and so does the picture. So now this guy who used to be Alex is now Abba, and he used to be a pineapple, and now he's an A with a black shaded background. But I didn't make those changes in my phone. My phone made those changes. Well, how do I know who the fuck this guy is anymore? Well, I do because, well, I also had to delete all the messages out of my. Remember we were talking about deleting the emails? I had my phone won't function anymore because there's no memory left in it, and so I deleted
Hmm.
all the text messages. So I deleted all these conversations, and then realized like a week later, I actually need all these conversations.
Um, I got my screening bucket up and running
I
this
saw
week.
that.
I saw
It's
that.
it's a beautiful thing. I blew one plug on it because I didn't know that I was like I'm no good when it comes to fitting hydraulic hoses and lines and which way the flow goes and all this stuff. Like I am just a landscaper. I can run the stuff. I don't know how to fix the stuff. Uh, I can do the most basic maintenance on it, but I can't plumb the thing to get it to work. So I hooked the hydraulics up backwards. Could have blown the whole fucking thing. Thankfully, there was like a plug that is engineered to fail if you hooked it up wrong. So that blew.
Landscape. That's the landscaper plug.
Yeah, this is a landscaper's bucket. Um, Called the guy up. He's like, "Oh yeah." It's like, "I think you have the lines backwards." He's like, "Are you running it like a shovel or like a normal bucket?" And I'm like, "Running it like a shovel." And I didn't understand what he meant because how else do you run a shovel than like a shovel? But then I'm like, "Fuck, this guy's from like Ohio or something, and they don't call shovels shovels there." He meant like a hand shovel where you're digging
Uh,
out away from you, right? So I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, I get it now." When you say shovel, you meant like hand shovel where you're scooping away. So yeah, that's what I'm
That's how
doing.
I was gonna say. That's how you're running it, right?
Yeah, with the bucket facing away. And he's like, "Yeah, you got to flip the hydraulic lines on it." So okay, great. So I did that. Runs great. I just need some Teflon tape and we'll be in the money, I think, as long as nothing blows up. But it's cool. It's real neat.
you're gonna be selling it?
I'm going to be using it on our jobs a lot.
Yeah.
I'll probably go through 4,000 yards this year.
Jeez.
So that's not that much. How much money is that worth? 80 grand in topsoil? Yeah, no problem. So yeah.
I
But the
feel
goal
like
is, go ahead.
I watched the video. I feel like once the operator guy who is operating gets more used to digging backwards, it'll
Yeah,
go better and better.
yeah. They say you're just supposed to skim the pile and fill your bucket up that way. Because if you dig too fast, you like clog it up and then the stars won't spin.
Mm.
But but yeah, just after a little practice, it'll be great. But the goal is to use all that money from the screen topsoil to buy more property so I can do it all again. Strip it and screen it because after we are done with all this topsoil, what do you do with the thing? It's not like every day someone's bringing truckloads and truckloads of soil for you.
Well, you have to put a big sign up front that says topsoil wanted.
Yeah, clean fill wanted. Whenever people offer to bring you clean fill though, it is never clean fill. Like one out of every truckload is clean fill. The rest is, oh, there's some asphalt in here and some brick cuts. And I thought you were going to take everything. And it leaves you with more work than
So
anything.
our bins are generally clean fill
I would take that. Yeah.
because
You,
we,
you run a tight ship.
yeah, bring the hammer down.
Yeah.
They have at Arntz now they have like high definition cameras.
Really.
Yeah. So
In
if you
the bins?
in the fill bins, yeah. And they're like crazy expensive security cameras. And if you get caught dumping, then they they have the video of you doing it. They have the video of your truck doing it, and then they send the video. They call the owners of the businesses and say, "Hey, if you get caught doing this again, you're banned."
Hmm.
So I've been waiting to get that call. Since I'm the one that complained the most about shit in the clean film.
Hmm.
Makes it hard to get rid of. That's our job is to get rid of it, right? So it makes it hard when landscapers are just fucking dumping shit.
Do you think once it's in the bin, it's out of their control? Like it's not their problem anymore.
That's the I don't understand the fascination with like throwing coffee cups or like
Yeah, I don't like that in my
I don't
bin.
understand the fascination with I need to dump some bricks and some like there's a clear place to get rid of bricks, a clear place to get rid of asphalt, and a clear place to dump clean fill, and a clear place for brush. But still, people will show up instead of just driving over and throwing out 8 bricks, and then driving over and throwing out the 2 pieces of asphalt,
They just
and then
dump the whole
throwing the brush out. They just dump it all in one big pile. And these are big, like the people who are getting caught. They are big companies with big reputations. Some of the biggest reputations in fucking Durham region are getting busted with their staff dumping mixed loads in these fucking bins. It's fucking crazy. I don't understand how people don't have better control over what's going on.
No,
Like if my people did that, I'd fucking. Although my people were the ones that overloaded the fucking bin like that, so I guess maybe I'm talking out my ass here. To be fair, it wasn't anyone that. It's a subcontractor that's doing a little residential job for us that loaded the bin like that.
No.
But
what's the inside joke with the sauce?
that's what Kenny Morgan says all the time. I got the sauce.
Oh, does he?
You hire Ken Morgan or the Ken Morgan group because he brings the sauce. He's making the sauce, man. He's making
Gotcha.
sauce. It's like copyrighted or something.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. He says it all the time. I'm making the sauce. I'm making the sauce. I got the sauce. We got the sauce, baby. So we're doing this wall for him out in Kitchener. And so I was just picking on him, I guess, joking around about it.
That's great.
We got the sauce. It's like so I've concluded that what my big problem is with social media. I post things that I think are funny, and that's why my account never goes anywhere and no one cares about it, and I don't have any sponsorship deals or anything because like my account is full of shit. Like I made a video of DIYing floating a rock truck specifically just for you, Mike.
I know.
And then posted it. Now, almost no, like even if you listened to the podcast where we talked about you making DIY videos, most people would not put together that I made that video. When that video came on and you saw it, you knew I was making that directly as a shot at you making DIY videos for homeowners.
Yeah.
But how many other people knew that? It's like I'm using the whole social media channel just to communicate with one fucking guy. And I started on the YouTube channel because I don't have like a personal investment in it like I do in the YouTube channel is not a personal thing. It's a business thing. The Instagram channel I think is for me a personal thing. So I've been posting all these videos. I said, you know what I'm going to stop doing? I'm going to stop posting videos that I want to see or that I think are funny. I'm going to post videos that other people want to see, that other people think are funny, that I could care less about, that I don't even really like. And since then, we're gaining like 10 to 15 subscribers a day.
Nice.
Time to go behind that paid firewall.
No. But it's like videos of there's a video of Bill going up and down on the platform in the underground parking garage, and I just put, would you hire this man? And 7,500 people wanted to watch that.
Nice.
And then 14 people didn't want to hire Bill enough that they physically commented on the video. I would not hire that guy. he doesn't look like someone who should be hired. Like, man, how much do you dislike the looks of this guy? If you're commenting on random YouTube videos, I wouldn't hire that dude. Like, you either have nothing to do with your life, or so I feel like the YouTube channel is interesting because it's a whole bunch of videos that I don't like that I could care less about. But those are the videos that people don't want to watch my DIY video. That's like a private communication in a very public forum with Mike. It's
Uh,
I bet half the shit, more than half. I bet 95% of the shit that's on my Instagram, no one cares about it. And I just think it's personally funny.
well, as long as you're happy, right? That's the reason I drive a fancy truck.
Oh, well, maybe I'm not happy. That's why I'm trying to change it and do it on YouTube.
Maybe you need a fancy truck then.
There's an argument my life would be better if I was willing to stop hating myself and accept that I want to drive around in a fancy truck instead of putting a fancy truck in the yard, paying for a fancy truck and never fucking driving it because I'm like, I don't deserve to drive that truck because I'm a piece of garbage. So I'd rather have it sit in the yard and look at it every day and remind myself that I'm a piece of garbage for $1,500 a month. Maybe there is an argument that if I was driving it, I would be of better mind and I would be a more sound person, but I also wouldn't be myself.
That's a philosophical thought for you. Is it better to be happy in a luxury truck than it is to be sad in a Veloster?
Oh, it's way better to be happy in a luxury truck. I wish I could be happy in a luxury truck. I just can't be happy. When I worked at Ridge Lake, after like many years and many crazily successful projects, the owner bought me a Dodge Ram 2500 diesel. It was a nice truck. It was a 2012. It had a big set of rims on it. Anyways, I never drove it for the first like 6 months. I parked it in the back of the yard and said, "Yeah, I'm just not going to drive that."
Wasn't that because you wanted a different truck and he
I
didn't buy
wanted a
that one?
different. Yeah, he said he wanted different, but it's not unheard of for me to just park a truck and watch it rust. I parked that one so long that there was rust marks from the frame and the fucking gravel under it. That's how long it sat there not moving. Maybe I find more self-satisfaction in not driving the trucks.
Yeah, you must.
Maybe like what is it? Suffering? You don't like the luxury?
If I'm not suffering, I'm not happy.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, maybe.